Guys, so let's make a project with this really cool learning kit, iron-on learning kit that you can get at Cricut. So I'm in Cricut Design Space. I'm going to start a new project because we are going to do a vinyl decal for that. It's a makeup bag, but you could use it for anything. So when you pick new project now, it comes up with these great templates that you can choose from. They're pretty awesome. So you can do a water bottle, a car decal, which we should do one. I should do a lot actually. Notebook, a mug, a phone. I could do one for the phone or a custom size one. So we're going to do a custom size one. And we're going to have to check and see the size of this cosmetic bag. And it is saying that it is 9.6 inches by 5.5 inches. So we'll do that. And we are going, oops, I didn't do that. 5.5 inches, right? Is that what it says? Nope, sorry, 7.5 inches. I'm going to lock that. And we're going to push click. So the cool thing is, if you haven't been on Cricut Design Space lately, it has it so that this is the whole center. This is the design space that I'm working with. You can still have it so that you have the bigger space and you put your square in and blah, blah. But this is just making it a little bit easier. So anything I do, I want to keep it within this space because this is the size of the makeup bag that I am going to do. So there is a couple of options here. If you want them, you can use them obviously for the template, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to make my own, so I'm just going to close this. So what I'm going to type in is might be. That's one bunch I want. Then I'm going to do another one. Make up. Because I'm going to be doing these in different fonts. That's why I'm breaking them up. Might be. And then the last one is snacks. Not snakes, snacks. So those are the words that I'm going to be using. I haven't decided my font yet. We will go looking for that in a moment. I do know that I want to have lips. So I'm going to click over here, type in lips, and it will come up with a bunch of different options. So I'm just going to pick the first one. It is a Cricut one. Do I want the first one or do I want this one? I think I want this one. And of course, that's way too big. So I'm going to bring that down quite a bit. I'm just going to stick it up there. I'm also going to want a makeup brush. So like they make it so much easier for you the way they've got this set up. It's pretty phenomenal. So I'm going to do a makeup brush. I'm just going to do, let's see, which one am I going to do? I think we're just going to keep it simple, easy peasy. Do I want to do mascara brush? Because I love my mascara. Yeah, I think I want to do a mascara brush, maybe. No. I am so indecisive. Do I want an actual makeup brush or do I want a mascara brush? I'm going to do a makeup brush and we're going to just do that one. So I'm going to bring that down. And the difference here, I want to turn this one. I'm going to rotate it. So if you have it clicked like this and just go off a little bit, you'll see those arrows turn into like they bend. That means that you can rotate now that image. So I want it to rotate it. And if you've seen that, you've got lines here now also. That's going to help you make those images straight. So that is like really cool. So now I'm going to start to slowly line this up to the way I want it. Even though I still want to change my fonts around. But I am just getting an idea of how I want to set things up. And I also want one more image. In a moment, I just want to make these a lot larger because we've got a lot of space. And let's just see. What size did I do that? 4.76. So of course I want that one the same. So 4.76. And then this one's over here. Turn that just like that. So what I'm doing is I'm just playing around at the moment. I think I also want to add, I think I'm going to add some stars. Sort of like those ones. So I think I'm going to add that, but I want to turn it. So I'm going to turn it like that way. And I want to try to add it again. I might. I'm just going to go over to the images and click it again. And then I'm just going to bring it down to a different size. I'm going to bring this one down and in. And these I'm going to, we got some really great colors. So I think those are going to be in a gold. So I'm just going to pick a different color so I know, or so that the machine's going to cut it different. And now we got to figure out what we want, or what I want this fonts to be. So you highlight the image or the font, the words, and then we are going to start looking. So I'm just looking for Cricut words, Cricut fonts. And actually right off the get-go, I sort of like that one. Not quite, because I want my letters to be all touching. No. So this might take me a few minutes. I want it to be decorative, I think. So let's go a little fancy dancy and see what happens. There, do I like that one? Yeah, I do. So that's the one I'm going to use. So that is BFC Fantasy. And I want to do the same in the snacks. So I'm just got to go find BFC Fantasy, or actually I could just type it all in here, BFC. It's going to bring up all the BFCs, and there's the fantasy. Nice thing is it shows you here also what it's going to look like in that word. So that's pretty cool that they do that now. So I'm now going to make that bigger. And I'm going to figure out what I want for might be, and might be. No. Not really. Definitely not. So it's really just a matter of going through. If you see something you might like, then check it or click it and see what happens. I sort of like that because it has a star on it. Let's see. BFC Luxurious. So BFC go BFC L. There it is. Sort of like the idea that it's got the star on it, because then it matches the stars that I have on the image here. And I'm really liking that. So I do think this is going to be my layout. The only thing I'm going to do different is I want this to be a different color. So, and obviously well, not obviously because people don't know, but I think I'm going to make that a pink. And there's a chance I'm going to use the holographic. So I'm just going to do a pink there. So this is going to be my design. I do want it so it cuts it out exactly where it is for the words anyways. So I'm just going to take the words and I'm going to click them all. And then I am going to group. Down here you see group. So I'm grouping all those. And actually I'm going to attach them because I want them to cut exactly where they are. Everything else, it's fine. So let's see, just get an idea of what it's going to look like. I'm going to save it. So it's going to be, might be, make up. Do a quick save on it. And let's just see, it's going to show, see, so now it's going to print or cut out exactly where I want it. There's the lips. There's the brush. Now these guys are even cutting exactly where I want it. But that doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to bring them a bit closer because that's going to work for what I need. So now I'm going to go to my machine. I'm going to cut everything. Nothing's attached because my machine's not even turned on. And then I will be back to put this baby together with you. So before I go and cut, let's go ahead and open this learning kit, this iron-on learning kit that you will find in your mystery box. I've actually never had one of these, so this is really cool. I'm just going to take this part off the easy peasy quick way. There we go. Let's take the top piece off. Let's dispose of it. I have to get my recycling bin emptied. And let's open it up and see what we got. So it gives you a smart, and we knock off all my crickets. Anyways, it gives you a smart quick guide that's pretty quick, cool. Let's see what's in it. Let's see what's in it in the English side. Start your learning journey if you haven't already activated your Cricut machine. So it's going through that. Find your lessons at. You're prompted. Here's a code to enter. So that's pretty cool. You can find lessons and all that to do. Okay, so you've got yourself your pick. And we've got our makeup bag. We've got a Cricut material cheat sheet for beginners. So this is telling you the different materials, what they're good for. Types, it says, essential tools, so things you'll need to use for it. Need to know different tips and want to learn more, where you can learn more on how to do it. So here is your vinyl. We've got our glitter. We've got the gold, the silver, the red. So those are really cool. The black, the red, the silver. Like these ones, like look at that glitter on those. It's just crazy. Then you have your Smart Iron-On holographic in the two different colors. So You've got that color and you've got this color. And then we've got our solid smart iron-on. We have the blue, we have the red, black, and white. These are really cool kits to have. So we are going to, or I am going to load the different colors I want to use and get them what a word, get them cut out, and then we will, or I will show you how to apply them to the makeup bag. So just stay tuned. Okay, now that I've got everything cut, I've got my heat press warming up. You can use a regular household iron. I am going to be using my auto press. I do have the easy presses too. They work great. Before I continue, I just wanted to remind you that when you're working with iron-on vinyl, you have to remember to mirror your images because if not, you're going to be putting them on backwards. So you've got to cut them basically backwards, mirrored. So let's get this done and over with the weeding. So we are just going to grab a corner, and really what weeding is removing the pieces you don't want. So I'm just going to pull it away and reveal my image. I don't want these pieces, so I am going to get rid of them and save the pieces that I want. Holographic can sometimes be a little finicky to weed, but today it seems to be weeding pretty good. It did rip a tiny bit right there on me, but it's okay. Okay. So that one's done. Make sure you have nothing on the backing that you don't want transferred over to your image. So that one's done there. Let's see if the glitter weeds as nice. I tend to like to do the glitter on more pressure when I do cut it, and it is cut beautiful. Look how gorgeous that cut comes right off, just like so. And so that is completely ready to go on our image. Now in the gold, I did the stars. Let's see if that's going to weed just as nice as the lips did, because there are some smaller pieces and almost as nice. Still perfectly fine. I just need to pick a piece off there. Being the smart vinyl, I love it because you don't have to worry about mats. You just stick it in the machine and go. Okay, so those will be my stars. So that's actually 2 images just on one page. So let's put those over here. And here is the words. I just did the words all in black. Remember, I put them all together. So when I weed them out, it will be exactly where I want them. So being words, I tend to be a little more cautious just because the ups and downs and the ins and outs of the letters sometimes don't like to weed the best. Other times it just weeds like butter. And today it's weeding very, very good. So as you see, I'm just pulling it away. I am being a little cautious just to be sure. Times you'll see me when I'm weeding some images, I'm just literally ripping it off like you're ripping a band-aid. See, even the little tiny star stayed. That's what I like about this image. And I apologize that you probably can hear my husband's machine right outside my window. Yep, because he's out there clearing snow. And he decided to park it in front of my window at the same time as me doing my video. So now I'm just going to clean out the insides of the letters, which is good, and put it on top of some. That was silly Billy of me. Okay. Oh, my machine, my easy press is now ready. I have set it pretty high. I'm at 340 degrees. It's just after years of doing this, that's just what I like to work with. And I tend to have no issues with it. I find it keeps my vinyl in place, and it just seems to work the best for me. So I am just finishing up by picking out the middles of the letters. Just got these couple here. Get those weeded up. And as you can see, you put it in the machine so that it's vinyl side up, so it's shiny side down, and now it's going to look proper because I did mirror it. So it's going to go on this makeup bag, and I'm going to do it like this, and then this will be going here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the words. I just want to check and see that I've got it pretty straight on there. Might be a little. Okay. So we're going to move over to my auto press. So I apologize for any movement. I'm going to pause you actually and then move us. Okay guys, so I have this on my auto press. I've got this sitting where I want it. I'm going to put the new Teflon cover on it, and I'm just going to push it down and let it do its thing as I have a sip of my coffee. It auto locks for you. It figures out the pressure for you. It's absolutely fabulous. It does a countdown, and in 7 seconds it's going to pop open and everything will be done, and I just have to let it cool for a second and I'll be able to pull it off to do the next layer. So some vinyl you peel hot, some you peel cool. This you peel when it cools down. So let's just give it a second to cool down. Okay, so there it is so far. I've just removed the plastic layer. Once it's cool, do not remove that when it is hot. That kind of vinyl does not like to be peeled when it's warm. It will just peel right off of your backing. So I have trimmed up my images a bit so I could hopefully get them all in at once. So there's that one. And there's going to be the brush. And I think I had that one sort of like that. And this one like this. So now the cool thing is I could very easily just pull down my auto press right now without putting anything on top, and it would not cause a problem. If you're using your easy presses, same thing. If you are using a household iron, make sure you put a protector of parchment paper over top, butcher paper, or these sheets that you can now get at Cricut. I'm just going to do that just to show you, and I'm just going to press all those images at one time, and hopefully, well, no hopefully, but in just a couple seconds they will be all done. If you have multiple images like I'm doing right now, you can do them all at once as long as the plastic carrying sheet is not overlapping. I've done that before in the past where I have ironed my image onto another piece of transfer tape. Now that's hot. So we're going to let that cool for just a moment so I don't burn my fingers. These actually, the glitter should be okay. It doesn't mind. It likes to be transferred, pulled when it's hot. So other than burning my fingers, it is coming off. Just like so. But that is very hot on the fingers. So you might not want to do this until it cools. But there's that one. There's that. And that one likes to be cooled. So you see, I was able to pull it still. So you don't want to have that happen. So we are going to just put this down. I'm just going to give it a couple seconds extra just to be on the safe side. And then we will go from there. Okay, so I pulled that up myself. I'm just going to give this a couple moments and then we will pull that off. Okay, I think it's cooled enough that I can pull it. So I am just going to pull it away. I think I'm going to want to give that just a little bit more of a press just to be on the safe side. I was not 1000% thrilled with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way so that the zipper is hanging off the edge. And I'm just going to give it one more quick press. I did that because the zipper's thicker, so it won't be as, give it as much pressure. And I want a bit more pressure on that. So we're just going to give it one more second there. It will pop up on its own. There you go. And there that is. So using the iron-on kit that you can get from Cricut, we just made ourselves a great little makeup bag that says, might be makeup, might be snacks. Isn't that just so cool? It's hot, so I'm burning my fingers showing you guys. But I just love how that turned out. So yeah, guys, so we are going to, or I'm going to do a video with using the cards that also came with the kit. And so I hope this is helpful, that you can see how easy peasy you can make yourself something custom, just like this makeup bag. Anyways, guys, until next time, happy crafting.